This video is brought to you by NeverHelp. Online therapists with questionable credentials. What could go wrong? No, as always, it's actually made possible because of your very real support at patreon.com/doseofbuckley. Andy Warhol said that, in the future, everyone will be famous for 15 minutes. But what he didn't predict is that many people would try and extend that 15 minutes by taking their clothes off for money. And so, Iggy Azalea is the latest person to try and regain relevancy by joining OnlyFans. Which, by the way, how have I never heard anyone call it Lonely Fans? There's no way I made that up, right? Anyway, let's talk about what's likely led her here. 2014, she releases The New Classic, featuring the monster hit Fancy. The album hits number 3 on Billboard. She becomes a huge star. World's her oyster. Or, do Australians eat oysters? The world's her barbecued shrimp, I guess. So, she rides that wave, releasing a few more songs that do moderately well. But as we enter the back half of the 20-teens, which sounds like a video you might find on OnlyFans, she releases songs like Cream and Sally Walker that fail to break the top 50. Her second studio album, In My Defense, charts at number 50 and stays there for 1 week before dropping off the charts entirely. Number 3 to number 50. Not great. As we begin a new decade, she releases collaborations with Tinashe and Tyga that fail to chart, culminating in the release of End of an Era, her third studio album, which doesn't even chart on the Billboard 200. Do you know how poorly an album by an established artist has to perform to not even end up on the Billboard 200? The day I'm writing this, album number 200 on the chart is Future's 2015 release, Dirty Sprite 2, an 8-year-old album. How many copies could that have possibly moved in 1 week in 2023? 50? 100? So, she mercifully announces her retirement from music, like finally putting a sick dog down. But here's the problem with that. She's 32, pretty young, probably not great with money, and probably didn't get a very good record deal early on. Very possible she's got the Krayshawn deal, where she's still technically in debt to the record label. So, what was she gonna do when she quit music? Launch a line of perfumes or something? I guarantee no one wants to smell like Iggy Azalea. A mix of silicone and sadness, with just a hint of eucalyptus. So, she announces she's not actually quitting music, returning out of spite. She said, "What I've learned is that even when I'm minding my business, y'all gonna be negative and nosy. So if I can't have peace, neither can you. I'm coming back. Cry about it." But how do you promote an album and actually make money when A, the world has basically said they have no interest in hearing new music from you, and B, there's no money in releasing music in 2023? By showing your tits, of course. She joins OnlyFans for what she's calling her Hotter Than Hell project, which she says will be a year-long multimedia project, which will include music, poetry, and the thing that people are actually going to pay $25 a month for, naked photos. Now, maybe you're asking yourself, who would actually sign up for this? Certainly not people who hate Iggy Azalea's music. But let me tell you a little story. When I was in high school, I knew guys who were so excited when Shania Twain's Come On Over came out. I asked them, "Do you like Shania Twain's music?" That's, I guess, what I sounded like when I was 16. And they said, "No, but she's so hot." Teenage boys literally bought the CD for the photos of her on the front and back, and maybe in the little booklet. It was 1997. Most people didn't have the internet yet. But guys who don't like her music will absolutely sign up to see her naked. Maybe hate wank to the pics. In fact, early claims were that she made over $300,000 in the first day, a number that she said was pulled out of thin air. Which, I don't know if that means she made more or less. Is she mad at the idea that she only made $300,000 when someone like Bad Baby, the drooling moron made famous by Dr. Phil, made $1 million on day one? Or is she upset that people would try and inflate her numbers? Which would also seem weird, as she doesn't seem to have a problem with artificial inflation normally. And for the three of you that actually follow her career, outside of me putting her on my worst songs list every chance I get, you might recall that she once said that she'd never start an OnlyFans account. Her exact words, in fact, were, "Well, I think OnlyFans can be really empowering for people, but I will never, ever join. I don't want to make that type of content, and it only fucks up the bag for people on there who really built that life. Shout out to the biddies, though." Which, by the way, seems pretty egotistical, especially in 2021. Like, oh, if Iggy Azalea joined OnlyFans, guys would be canceling their subscriptions from the girls they currently support and flocking to her? It'd be like a dingo fighting a wallaby. No contest, mate. So what changed in the year and a half since she said that? I'm gonna stop doing the accent now, but her official version is that once I looked beyond the surface level chatter about what it means to have an OnlyFans, I realized it was the perfect platform to launch a multimedia concept on. I feel excited about not having to worry about the overwhelming and creatively limiting censorship artists have to navigate when sharing work on other digital platforms. This is the funniest shit ever. First off, where is she being censored? All of her music is uncut on Spotify. Her music video for Mo Bounce is not age-gated on YouTube. No monetization restrictions. It says motherfucking in the first 6 seconds and features numerous close-ups of asses, interspersed with images of children for some reason. And OnlyFans absolutely censors shit. How long ago was it that they almost flat-out banned adult content, which would have cratered the site anyway? And when they did walk that back, they still basically said, okay, so like adult content is fine, but like don't get too kinky with it. Their TOS specifically states a number of things that you can't post. I'm sure there are many people they've banned who would disagree with the idea that there's no censorship or anything that's creatively limiting on there. But obviously Iggy isn't going to be engaging in any hardcore bondage or golden showers, so that doesn't affect her. Square. No, what she's realized is, as I said earlier, the world's shittiest female rapper, a girl who got famous for saying, "Cash me outside" on Dr. Phil, reportedly made $1 million on day one and $50 million in her first year on OnlyFans. Iggy's 32. She's not getting any younger. Well, parts of her are, but she's watching the last gravy train leave the station. And she doesn't want to be left standing on the platform holding her cooch in her hand while everyone else gets rich. So, is she pulling a Bella Thorne bait and switch, making it seem like she's going to be posting hotter than hell photos, but they end up being the type of shit they wouldn't even ban you for on Instagram? Or, like the kind of plain unpopular girls in high school, is she going to be the one who actually puts out? I'm not paying to find out, but from what's leaked, it looks like they're sort of more playboy than hustler. Tastefully topless and artistic nudes might be a good way to describe some of what's been released so far. Maybe as time goes on, she'll ramp it up, because otherwise who's going to keep paying $25 every month if she gives it all up on day one? But I don't think she's going to be petting her kitty on there or anything. It's going to be all really tame. But yes, I think everyone's realized by now that these celebrities who show up on OnlyFans, a platform predominantly known for content created by sex workers, are, at best, just sex hobbyists. I don't think it hurts the regulars, I don't think it helps them, but everyone knows that Iggy's not making custom JOI videos for people. She's not gonna get plowed like a snowy driveway. She's gonna post art. Also, how does she not even come up with the nude classic? Come on, it's right there. And all the dudes who are like, oh man, being a girl's easy mode. You just gotta go on OnlyFans and get rich. Men can't do that. Only the top 1% or so are making a living on there. The vast majority of girls on OnlyFans are making like $50 to $500 a month if they're lucky. And to do that, they gotta stick things up their ass. And then, in a month where their car breaks down and they can't afford to get it fixed, they gotta sell that content at a discount to try and drum up more subscriptions. If you think that's easy mode, that's the sweet life, get out your camera and a couple cucumbers. You'll find a couple dudes on the internet who will pay you $20 for that. I guarantee it. Anyway, good luck to you, Iggy. But guys, if you really just want to see someone that looks like Iggy Azalea uncovered, I can save you $25 a month. Just head down to your local Forever 21 and ask the employees when they change the mannequins. You'll be able to see all the naked plastic you want. Same dead look in their eyes, too.